So on the west coast, Fanny had found and chartered a famously fast and luxuriously appointed schooner, the Casco. The Casco came for a year maximum, complete with crew and Captain Otis, and she hired the whole lot. Captain Otis had read, apparently, Treasure Island, didn't approve at all of the way Louis described the seafaring scenes. Got the ropes wrong or the knots or something, and he forbade it being spoken about on board ship, which he must have been a fairly strong character. Living on board fulfilled a lifelong dream for Louis. His widowed mother and Fanny took to the life as well. There were 3 boats over a period of 2 years. They stopped at all the islands. They visited Marshall Islands, Gilbert Islands, Ellis Islands, Hawaii for quite a long time, where they met up with Belle, who was obviously living there, and apparently designed the Hawaiian flag, who knew. And what had been planned as a 6-month holiday turned into 2 years of very, very exciting adventures. Apparently, he would write up to 6 hours a day, and sometimes, although I think this may be apocryphal, strapped himself to the front of the boat with a little wooden writing desk and kept on going through the worst of weather. It's a great image. And he would, whenever they came to a port that had a postal service, he would get together all the pages he'd written and send them off to Colvin, who by now was his literary agent back in Edinburgh. They had so many adventures. You should read about it. There's plenty written about it. We can't tell you half of it. Brushes with death, brushes with fame. All around the Pacific, he raged against white man's unjust treatment of native populations. He became firm friends with the King of Tahiti, whose niece apparently fell desperately in love with him while she was nursing him back to some kind of health. He was mostly in better health, however, in the Pacific. And they carried with them, luckily for posterity, state-of-the-art camera gear. And Louis and Lloyd became very good photographers. We are now going to take you right across the Pacific with them in their own photographs. We're starting in Tahiti in the Celtic Club, where they're having a rather nice session, the kind of squashy session you might have up in Sandy Bell's bar. And
there's Louis Stevenson. He said he was a very bad fiddle player, but that clearly didn't stop him. There's Lloyd, the son, with the stepson, with the John Lennon spectacles. Here's Captain Otis playing the whistle. That's Joe Strong across on the right, and Fanny in there probably playing a harmonium or a piano, but you can't see. And Belle was a mandolin player, as we know from other pictures, and she's probably playing that.
What do you think Mother was playing?
Well, she was probably sitting there disapproving. Anyway, there's the Queen Victoria look with her back to the camera.
So we've got a lovely set of photos by them, and Neil has chosen some fantastic quotes. There are a great deal of one-liners that are still very much quoted, and you'll probably see some you know and didn't realise they were Stevenson quotes. So we're going to take you across, we're going to accompany that with a tune I wrote for a dear friend of ours, Anne Jeans, back in Melbourne, who's gravely ill. It's called The Altruist, and we like to play it every day and send him our thoughts and best wishes. Yep.
Go.
1, 2, 3.